What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Friday Night Smackdown post show. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, and I'm reunited once again with my good friend, Robin Lundberg. And Robin, what a show to be on here today. First and foremost, how are you?
I'm doing well, Denise. I was very sports entertained.
Dude,
the end of the show there.
Oh my God, so much fun. I think sports entertained is the words. I was feeling chills at the end of SmackDown here tonight. Let's just get to it, everyone. AJ Lee is back. We don't have to wonder anymore if WWE is going to do it. I am so happy with the way this whole entire thing has played out. Robin, I loved the way that they laid this entire segment out, how they had AJ Lee come back, how they had her go after Becky, and how she ended up celebrating in the end with CM Punk. What a moment, man. How are you feeling after what you just saw?
Well, first of all, sometimes, just getting what you expect is very satisfying, right? And I know there were some people that were saying, like, why would it be spoiled or why would you telegraph it this much? This is obviously a company that knows how to keep things under wraps because the Seth Rollins injury angle worked and fooled everybody. The Brock Lesnar return came out of nowhere. I think there was a method to the madness of sort of building up the anticipation of the return for that payoff. And yeah, that certainly worked. You could feel the energy in the arena. You could feel the dynamics all hitting as they should. Even going back to Raw, the slap bit from Becky Lynch to CM Punk, continuing that on SmackDown, the crowd chanting for AJ Lee beforehand, CM Punk and AJ Lee together. And let me just say this, Becky Lynch is out of control good right now. She is my favorite wrestler in the world at this moment. She is so funny. Like, I crack up multiple times every promo that she's doing. She killed me, going through the list and calling out all the Chicago teams. She left the Bears off the list, who also suck, but we know that Seth Rollins roots for the Bears. So
that's why she left them out.
And
good
then
one.
Colby White of the Bulls is sitting there. She's like, you suck so bad, they're going to trade your ass. She has just been on a heater, and therefore, like, it only amplifies all this because you throw her into the mix with Seth and his group, and you have her as the antagonist to the AJ Lee and CM Punk dynamic. So I know there's going to be a lot of joy and jubilation around the return of AJ Lee, but let me give a shout out to Becky Lynch, who is killing it.
Dude, the whole entire thing. So you kind of mentioned WWE did this. Like, this is one of those stories where I feel every single thing right now has been done right. We go back and we criticize the John Cena heel turn. We're like, we should have done this, and this part wasn't answered. How we felt about that, I feel the complete opposite about what we're seeing right now. From the moment that Becky Lynch joined the Vision and hit that low blow on CM Punk, to the Monday Night Raw attack where she was just slapping him and berating him, to the tease, to them not outright saying AJ Lee is coming out, to the actual moment, we got some more of Becky Lynch slapping CM Punk and going after him. Seth Rollins being this perfect coward heel all the way where the people are at, just so he wouldn't be next to CM Punk. And then finally getting AJ's moment where she goes out there. I feel like they are doing this story so good right now. This is one of those stories where I feel everything they've done, I've liked, it's made sense, and it has been done so well. I love, Robin, that we knew that AJ Lee was coming without them actually telling us that she was coming. I think that made it far more special and only added to AJ Lee's star power. And oh my God, I don't even know what parts to get into. My favorite parts, honestly, was just the whole element of how you have Seth Rollins, who has been such a coward, where even when his woman, his wife, was being attacked by AJ and she was on the floor and she couldn't even get up, but because CM Punk was right next to her, he would not go over the barricade to go and help his wife up. Little things like that just made you go like, damn, how could you, Seth? How could you? And I thought AJ Lee looked tremendous. Can we talk about how she looked? She looks exactly the same, Robin.
Well, talk about a power couple, because you think about CM Punk and AJ Lee, and one thing they have in common is this extended absence where the anticipation about their return was there the entire time. When CM Punk wound up showing up in AEW, it was this like, whoa, it's CM Punk. And then when CM Punk wound up returning to WWE after, so it's like, whoa, it's CM Punk. And then now with AJ Lee, it's like, whoa, it's AJ Lee. Most people can't be away for that long and still have that much juice. So there's just a certain level of charisma that you must possess. And yeah, the way she came out with the balance, and I'm kind of like bobbing to the song myself. Definitely a positive energy, positive vibe, and looks like she hasn't missed her planks.
No. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? She was glowing. I started thinking to myself, girl, I need to wear sunscreen some more. I need to drink some more water. Whatever AJ Lee is doing, please sign me up for all of it, because she looked like $1,000,000, man. And I love the way that she went in, jumped in, attacked Becky Lynch, was getting her with all of the punches. It looked good. Everything looked good. And so that's why I love the execution on the story side, and I love the execution on the physical element of what we saw here. So, man, it's a feel-good mood right now to have AJ Lee back, and the fact that they actually delivered on the story the way that everybody hoped that they would. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into all of the super chats and see what everybody has to say about this. We got John Taylor, who says, Mr. Denise, let me introduce you to my wife, the greatest content creator of all time, the man of the DWO, the DD of our hearts, Denise. Yo, if I came out with that AJ Lee glow, let's go. We got Cyclops is better than Wolverine, who says, is anyone else palms and forehead sweaty right now? Robin, I had so much anticipation. I'm not kidding you. I was about to be like The Rock. You know when The Rock gets the chills and he points at his forearm? I was about to start pointing to my thighs, because that's where I felt the chills.
All through your body, the chills. By the way, Cyclops is better than Wolverine. That's a pretty hot take. So interesting name choice there. But yeah, it's like when I'm doing the meditation, your chills, they do the thing where it's like, imagine a glow of sunlight, and it's going up from your toes, and then it's up to here. And you like get the sunlight enveloping your entire body.
Yes.
That was your chills.
I love to do those, by the way. Those are always so much fun. They really do relax you. We got Infamous Raider Loco, who says, was wondering why she didn't say Chicago Bears suck. Oh, because that's her hot husband's favorite team. LMFAO, clever. I'm so glad you brought that up, because I didn't even catch that the first time around. So thank you for sharing that. We got John Taylor, who says, my God, AJ Lee looks amazing. Seriously, and I know a lot of people have been wondering whether or not AJ Lee is going to be here for a minute, if she's going to stick around and she's going to do a little bit more. Robin, I mean, I know we've seen pictures of her and all of that, but seeing her in the ring, the way she was throwing her punches, the way she looked in there, I feel like there's a run in there. I'm feeling it right now.
Oh, I don't think this is a one-off. I mean, I don't think you don't do this. I mean, yeah, okay, WrestlePalooza is a big deal, and ESPN and all that's a big deal. But it would feel a little anticlimactic if it's just like, oh, she's back and then she's gone again. I feel like, CM Punk probably doesn't have the longest, run left in him, if we're being frank and honest about it. I could see that just kind of coinciding, right? Like, however much juice is left in his tank, and that's what she signed up for too, and you get a year or two out of, both of them on the back end here.
Is there anything that you would want to see from this AJ Lee run beside, obviously, when she culminates the feud with Becky Lynch? Because there's a lot of people throwing out, like, Liv Morgan stuff. Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez stuff has been all over my Twitter timeline. Like, that's been the entire thing that I'm seeing. Of course, everyone's also bringing up Roxanne Perez. That would be like the girlhood dream come true for Roxanne. And I don't know. There's a few more names some people were throwing out. Like, someone mentioned having a moment with Zelina, because Zelina played her role in the Fighting with My Family family movie, you know, little things like that. I kind of want to see her mix it in there. God, I would die if they did like AJ Lee and Stephanie Becerra. Like if they did something like that, I don't even know. I don't even know how we would process all of that.
Well, I mean, there's a little thing going on with CM Punk and Rhea Ripley right now, right? Like, so some interaction is probably forthcoming. It may be of the more friendly variety for right now, but you know, if you're going to be with somebody in the mix right now, mommy's the one to mix it up with.
Oh my God, that would be so good. That's the thing, like, right, she's been gone for 10 years. Even feuds that she's had before, you can resurface them. And mostly there's so many new girls in there that you would just want to see her work with. And there's just so much that can be done. We got infamous Raider Loco here who says, just a man having tears rolling down his face. So happy for this. AJ Lee, let's effing go. Let's effing go. Thank you, Frank. We got John here who says, legit, one of my favorite moments of the year, AJ Lee. It's one of my favorite moments of the year. One of my favorite stories of the year, and already two of my favorite segments, one for Raw, one for SmackDown, is I honestly got to say this, Robin, Becky Lynch and CM Punk in the ring together are freaking gold, man. They're just like like it really, I don't know how to explain that. They feed off of each other so well and fit into their roles and the story that they're trying to tell so well.
Well, they both have, you know, that like focused chaos energy. You know, CM Punk has always, it's been dialed back a little bit in this recent run, but you always know it's under the surface that he could say anything at any time. And Becky Lynch has just reached this zone right now where she is comfortable saying whatever she wants, right? Like down to even the Ozzy Osbourne thing that caught a little hot water. But that's because of what Becky's doing right now and how much she's cooking. She's cooking everybody dicing left and right, and I, you know, her bit, it's not just me saying it. Sports Illustrated says it. You know,
it's a thing now. I hated that line in the beginning, and now, like, even when she said it today, she had a little pause, and I think myself and everybody were like, Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated says it. Like, we're finishing Becky Lynch's sentences. I'm wondering, by the way, because Becky Lynch, you know, we've seen her obviously grow throughout her entire career, right? We've seen her. She's become what she's become because she's been good for a very long time. But Robin, have you noticed that there's just a little extra there with her comedic sense of timing? And I don't know if it's just years or experience. I've always so kind of wondered if maybe she's taking some improv classes, because just the way that she is feeding off of everything from the crowd to the wrestlers to just a bunch of little things, it really makes me feel like there might be that additional training. I'm curious about that, actually. I don't know if it's just due to the years of experience.
I think it's just a zone of confidence. Look, I've done pretty much every realm of it. Like, I've done stand-up comedy and improv classes, right? I've done solo sports talk radio. I've written, podcast, been on television, all these things. The one thing that's public speaking, they have in common, freestyle rap battles. I've been in freestyle rap battles. When you get that switch and it flips the right way and you're just like, yeah, I mean, pun intended, I'm the man, right? Like, I'm the man right now. You can do anything you feel like. And I feel like Becky's just in that zone. Yeah, I don't know how long it's going to last for, how long it's going, you know, what the runway is, if it's the rest of her career, if it's this moment in time, but I just feel like she's reached a new prime. She
has.
She figured a new thing out, and she ain't afraid of what she's going to say, and she's saying it with 100% confidence. Even like the way she delivers it to Punk. Oh, is that all you got? You got any more into the slide? Like everything about her right now is working.
Everything, the mannerisms, the delivery, just all of it is working. And that's why I do love the moments that we see with Punk and Becky. Oh my God. At the end of this whole year, I might be sitting here being like, what was your favorite feud of the year? Oh, shit. It was kind of Becky Lynch and CM Punk. Who the hell would have thought, right? We didn't have that in our bingo card. We got Perfect Plex here who says AJ Lee hasn't lost a step. Oh man, she looked too good. Cyclops is better than Wolverine says, I gave my life to Christ that had a SmackDown parking lot. I don't know what is happening. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Cyclops. We got Victaru here who says AJ Lee's return to WWE is one of the greatest returns in history. And yes, I say the best. Thank you, Victaru. Of course, for me, it's still CM Punk's return because I legitimately did not see that one coming, like at all. So that one's still the best for me. Do you have the best stuff for you, Robin?
Best return ever?
Yeah.
Oof, I mean, that's tough. There have been some great returns. I mean,
Oh shit, Edge was good when he came back too.
At the Rumble.
Yeah, that shit was lit.
Yeah, that was lit. I'm trying to go through the Rolodex of returns. I mean, recent one is Brock. Obviously, that the reaction got people going. AJ Lee just now. What are the other?
I think CM Punk is number one.
Yeah.
It's number one. That one, there was just so much that happened, so much history, so much, you thought they were going to hate each other for life, WWE and CM Punk. Like, you thought forever those two would be on opposite ends. Like, I firmly believed that CM Punk was never going to return to the company. And the fact that it didn't get leaked, there were no rumors, there was, nothing. It was just like, shit, here it is. Hi, CM Punk is back. That's up there. It's number one for me.
Well, also the way it went down that night, because Randy Orton returned that night too.
I feel bad because we always forget. Sorry, Randy.
But then they went off the air. Like, they did the bit, and they've gotten better at that. Because every time you see the graphic with the credits, you're like, oh, it's over now. And you thought that the show was wrapped because the CM Punk was pure speculation. I mean, people were speculating about it, but there was no actual smoke about it. And yeah, I think the way it was pulled off, combined with everything you're saying, it's hard for me to argue.
Thank you so much, McTara. We got Brandon Rosen here who says, this was everything I wanted. I think the AJ pop was louder than a Road Warrior pop. She hasn't changed a bit. Love it. Thank you so much, Brandon, for sending in this love. And yeah, her pop was insane throughout the entire night. We were getting AJ Lee chants during John Cena's segment, which we're going to get into in just a second. But yeah, man, the whole entire night, like, the building was rocking us top and bottom. Not so much in the middle, but that's not really their fault. We got David Primero here who says, thank God it's Friday. AJ Lee, my favorite, is back. Tears of joy. That was another one, man. I had wondered, I seriously thought that AJ Lee was going to come back when CM Punk came back to wrestling in AEW. I thought that was going to be the moment. When she didn't come back then, I feared that she would never come back to wrestling. And I remember being surprised when she came back for WOW Women of Wrestling to do commentary. And I thought, I kind of felt like she could have done something bigger than that. And now we're finally seeing that. So good for her, man. I'm so happy. Thank you, David Primero. We got Perfect Plex here. Says, I love how she kept her character. She's still not all there in her head. Yeah, we got to see like the psycho eyes when she was dragging Becky Lynch. She did like a little this to the camera. Oh, it's so good. Thank you, Perfect Plex. We got John Taylor here who says, as someone who remembers back when Punk left and AJ Lee was wrestling to the chants of CM Punk, it's so perfect for the crowd to be chanting AJ Lee. Luis Arturo Mendez here says, after 10 years, we can finally say, let's light it up.
Yeah, that was caught in my head a little bit. Light it
up. Oh, it's not going to leave. This is just the start, Robin. You're going to be hearing it nonstop right now. Nonstop. Thank you, Luis Arturo Mendez, for the love. We got Joe Compton, DWO member for 8 months, says, let's light it up. Love AJ Lee. Joe, thank you for your support. We got JJ Castile in the building. What's up, JJ? He says, what a great SmackDown. John Cena's last SmackDown and last SmackDown in Chicago. And AJ Lee is back. CM Punk and AJ Lee are the real hottest couple. Can't wait for the mixed tag team match. I can't wait till they get into like all of the relationship stuff. I mean, we're kind of already seeing it, but they're probably going to like level it up even more, especially right now, Becky. Right now, she's pressing that gas pedal, Robin. It feels like they're going to want to, try to see how far they can take that.
Well, yeah, and it feels right to put her in the group, right? Like with Seth, it gives him a little bit more buzz in the midst of it. But yeah, I mean, I've said it throughout the show. Becky Lynch she's my favorite right now. I mean,
yeah, she's killing it.
There's nobody that brings me more entertainment, especially when she's on the stick. She legitimately, I feel like I laugh out loud 3 times during every one of her promos.
Probably even like the whole time, honestly, Robin. Because it's a bunch of little stuff in there too. All right, thank you so much, JJ. We got John Deller, DW, a member for 22 months, says, do you think AJ and Roxanne meet up sometime? God, I hope so. Robin, what do you think the chances of that are?
I mean, I feel like if she's gonna, the ones that you want, that's probably what you're gonna see. And I don't think, it's a here today, gone tomorrow thing. So I think we're gonna see AJ Lee for, a year or two. Like I said, I don't know, I don't have a time frame in mind, but not forever, but not until the end of the month.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I do want to make a correction about what I said earlier. Yes, last SmackDown. Sorry, I know I emphasized Chicago, but also last appearance in Chicago and last SmackDown as well, because all of John Cena's appearances from here on out are SmackDown. Well, this SmackDown we just saw, and then Raw, WrestlePalooza, Crown Jewel, Survivor Series, and Saturday night's main event. Those are the upcoming ones that we have there. We'll talk more about that in a second. We got Dave Cost here. What's up, Dave? Thank you so much for your generous super chat. He says, nothing is better than sports entertainment when it's great, and that, my friends, was great. Not afraid to admit I got deep in my feelings seeing Punk look up at the ramp here, Joe. I know you did too, Denise. Look, I'm a Taurus, okay? I am a sucker for romance and love, all right? That's like my thing. I love to read romance novels, romance movies. I love romantic art. It's just my thing, right? When I saw CM Punk looking at AJ Lee, the way he was looking at AJ Lee, I was like, my eyes, like, I was so happy. I was just so happy. I love love. So it was really cool to see that. You can tell he looked so happy, Robin. It was nice. It was very nice.
Just the same way both Cyclops and Wolverine look at Jean Grey.
There you go. See, exactly. I was like, I was feeling it everywhere, man. I was like, oh, the wrestling side of me, the romantic side of me, all of it is crumbling down.
I'm not really romantic, but I thought it was dope.
Robin, you're a married man. You have to be at least somewhat romantic.
Do I?
Yes, it's yes.
Maybe in a different iteration or version of me. There's been
Blue Chew promo code Denise.
many character changes over the years.
Oh hell no, that's so funny. All right, well, anyways, it's a Taurus thing. All right, we got Hassan Batla here who says AJ Lee has not aged, bruh, not a bit. And honestly, this happens with a lot of the girls that come back, like Tori Wilson, Kelly. I mean, all of them. Like, girl, what did you do? Please do not gatekeep the information. Let us know. Thank you, Hassan. We got Sucho here who says, WTF, y'all, this episode flew by in a good way. The whole first hour was literally just the John Cena stuff. So yes, it did fly by. Thank you, Sucho. We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, I was hoping she would talk before fighting. I wasn't sure, but I kind of liked her just going in and launching herself into Becky because, come on, look at all the things she did to her husband. Robin, like any other woman would be like, let's go. We got to throw hands now.
And that gives you more room to work with. I mean, you don't want to have it all happen at once. Now you're like, okay, what's she going to say? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that's the natural storytelling progression. So I'm with you. I mean, I think he's, Becky's smacking CM Punk around. She wants to come out and save him. You end the show on that note. And then, oh, okay, what's she going to say? Like that gets you going for the next show.
Yes. So I'm thinking, by the way, that because there's a couple of things we want to see from this, right? We still want to hear what AJ Lee has to say. So we want to get her moment where she comes down and she tells the fans what it's been like to be away and what it's like to come back, right? Then I want to get like a promo war between Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. I think that would be kind of sick to kind of see. We have all of that time because we got one more SmackDown. No, I'm sorry. We have 2 more SmackDowns, 2 more Raws until WrestlePalooza. So there's plenty of time to do this and more as we make our way to the actual mixed tag team match.
Yeah, I mean, again, you need to build a little bit, and you got shows to fill. I don't think you blow your load in one night, Blue Chew.
But you make sure you do it. Blue Chew promo code Denise. Thank you, Anthony Giuliano. We got Stephen Marchuli here who says AJ will finally get the credit she richly deserves. She's the reason for the women's revolution. That's another thing, man. I know a lot of girls, will mention her name in interviews and stuff, but now we get to see it. We get to see it, Robin, and that's always very nice. You want to see people get their flowers for what they contributed to the sport.
Well,
Thank you, Stephen.
there's a lot of people excited to see her return, but you also remember there's a whole new audience meeting her now. I mean, I watch these. I was watching with Raj, my oldest, and he keeps asking me, "Who is AJ Lee?" And you realize, I mean, he's 10 years old. Of course, he doesn't really know who AJ Lee is. So, there's that too. So you get all these people who are like, "Holy shit, it's AJ Lee!" And then you're gonna have a new group of people discover who AJ Lee is, and then maybe discover who AJ Lee was.
Fresh new eyes, because there's a lot of new fans for sure. You're 100% right on that. And I mean, damn. And people are going to get excited. Like, even people, like, for example, like your son, he's hearing all of this hype about AJ Lee. You're going to be like, oh shit, well, now suddenly I care more because so many people care, even if I don't know this person.
Well, and you hear the crowd chants, right? Like, the crowds don't just break into a chant for somebody's name if they don't feel a certain type of way, if they don't have a certain type of aura, right?
Exactly. We got Infamous Raider Loco here who says, damn, Robin stealing AJ Lee's return with his own return. JK, I'm speechless, but also happy for AJ Lee. She looks incredible. I was there for her last match. This hit those heartstrings so hard for sure. I know. But man, she looks good, and I think she's gonna be there for a bit. At least I'm hoping for it. Fingers crossed. Dream Ninja 77 says AJ has to be a vampire, right? Literally looks exactly the same. Mother is home. God, whoever gets that first interview with AJ Lee, please ask her, what is the beauty routine? We want to know. Thank you. And thank you in advance for that. Anthony Giuliano says, I remember you said a few months ago you was over Seth and Punk feud, and they got you right back into the feud. Let them cook. Anthony, you are so right, because I was over Seth and CM Punk. Over it. And here's the thing. I'm interested in this now because of Becky and Punk and AJ. Like the Seth CM Punk stuff, it's found a new life, only because now we're seeing Seth be a little bit more cowardice in the story that they're telling.
Yeah, and again, this injection of Becky. I mean, she's been the difference, really.
Yes.
Right? Like that the heat is from Becky and Punk on Monday and today.
Yes, I agree with that. We got John Taylor here who says, my favorite turn would be The Rock in Anaheim in 2011. I was there for that, by the way. I love me. Back in the day, like, shit would always go down on the SoCal shows. They would always make sure to do really big stuff there. So yeah, thank you, John. We got the Envy the Engineer here who says AJ Lee is shredded, abs galore. Kudos. It's so funny because as these super chats are coming in about how great AJ Lee looks, my messages, like my friends are like, oh my God, did you see AJ? Everyone's just talking about how good she looks. Thank you, Envy the Engineer. We got Bob Ross Jr. here who says, I kind of see AJ Lee having a part-time run after the mixed tag match. Obviously, it depends on how she feels after that match. Yeah, Bob, I think we're all hoping for it for sure. Thank you. We got Tracy WV who says, returns, Edge equal thrilled, AJ Lee equaled ecstatic, and Punk equals shocked. Yeah, it's a really good way of putting that, Tracy. We got David Primero here who says, Becky got an upgrade from a Nikki Bella to AJ Lee. Hashtag Nikki left the group. AJ Lee hiatus of 3,500 days, longer than Roman Reigns' title reign. AJ Lee all the way. Thank you, David Primero. Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Nikki. Nikki's awesome. But they just didn't have the best of chemistry between AJ and Becky in their last match. Thank you, David. Cyclops here says, telegraphed it hard, but AJ return worked on me. You'd be surprised, Cyclops. There was a lot of people that, Robin, I'm sure you saw that. There was a lot of people that were like, no, it's not happening. And why are you saying it's happening? Bro, they were telling us it's happening.
Tell Cyclops I gave him a convertible. I don't know if you know.
I don't know, but it was unexpected, so I'll take it.
I think sometimes what you're expecting is the best thing. Right? Like,
yes.
if AJ Lee hadn't returned, people would be pissed off right now. And instead, they're pumped. So, it doesn't always have to catch you by surprise. It just has to give you what you want. And surprises are great for that. But so are the payoffs that you saw coming that pay off appropriately.
I agree. We got Sucho here who says AJ Lee merch has dropped on WWE Shop. Go buy now, DWO Nation. Yeah, keep an eye out for that, guys. I might do some giveaways. I'll probably do them after this podcast is over. So keep an eye out on my socials for some of that. We got Bob Ross Jr. here who says AJ Lee new merch is on WWE Shop for $40, so you get it before it sells out. Woo! It's gonna sell out, man. But they're gonna I'm sure they were ready for it, and see what other cool shirts we get. We got Gerard here who said, so happy to see AJ Lee return. Let's light it up. Thank you so much, dude, for coming in here and showing some love. We got Cyclops here who says, F Wolverine. And then Frank Rizzle says, can't wait for an Unreal episode of this moment. Yo, Frank, I forgot about that. Robin.
So is that an ongoing series now? It's not.
It's not like officially announced. However, I forgot what segment. There was a segment on Raw. I forgot what it was, but the director or the producer or something of Unreal, he was seen like back there. Like he was seen in during one of the segments. So I think that people are pretty much basing that off of that there might be a season 2. There's no way there's not a season 2, in my opinion.
No, I mean, it'd be great. I feel like it works perfectly to drop like quarterly with a series of episodes. You know, like, so four seasons. How many episodes was the first season?
It was 5 episodes. Yeah, 5.
Yeah. So like you do 5 episodes every quarter. I feel like that's about the right number, the sweet spot in my mind. When did the last one launch? It's been a minute now already. Who knows time? What is time? But regardless, yes, they should continue it.
Maybe like one before WrestleMania and then one after WrestleMania. I don't know. Just like top and bottom, like the ends of the year for us.
Well, yeah, but I think they can do, like I said, I think they could do quarterly, because you could do John Cena flipping back the other way, right? Like that's Brock's return in the midst. The Seth Rollins injury angle is perfect for that show, you know. So a bunch of that sort of thing in the mix. And yeah, I mean, and then after that, you get a whole nother build up to the next WrestleMania. So I think you could pull it off every 3 months.
There's a bunch of topics that they can hit on for that would make it like something that people are like, oh shit, like, hey, I want to see it because of this. Like what you just mentioned right now. There's going to be key moments that people want to see the behind the scenes of. We got Anthony Giuliano. Thank you, Frank. Anthony here says, get ready for those pipe bombs. Don't forget that AJ Lee promo on All the Divas back then. I can't wait. Thank you, Anthony. Great points there. That's why I want to see her and Becky go at it. We got Jeff Meechan here who says, just popping in because I know how much Denise would be smiling about this. So happy for AJ. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate you coming in here, showing some support and chatting about all of this. We got Joe Compton here who says, I got my AJ Lee merch. Thank God for a military discount. Yes. Also, Joe, thank you so much for showing some love. And I'm glad you went in there and got your AJ Lee merch fast. I still got to go and look at that stuff. We got Bell to Bell podcast. Thank you so much for coming in. Says AJ versus Becky for the women's IC. Please, from your words over to Triple H's ears, please let it happen. Robin, what do you think is the likely possibility of this?
Close to 100%.
Oh, that's not bad. Let's go. All right.
She's already mixed up with Becky right now. It's the next natural progression.
Like logical step. Yeah. But you never know. They might hold back. You never know. I hope they don't hold back, by the way. But let's see. All right. But so far it's been going good. So they've earned the benefit of the doubt with this storyline. David Primero says, imagine Stephanie McMahon interviews AJ on her show. Oh, I'm pretty sure she will. Oh, I'm sure of it. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that already started to take place. Thank you, David. All righty, guys. So that's pretty much a lot of the conversation that we're having around AJ Lee. I do want to go ahead and actually we got another one here from John here who says AJ Lee is younger than Becky Lynch by 48 days. AJ born March 16th, 1987. Becky was born on January 30th, 1987. Credit for @Manuel for pointing this out. Wow. I didn't realize that, Robin. Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I hadn't thought about it, but it doesn't shock me because just because somebody isn't participating doesn't mean they're, it's because they were old. It's not like AJ Lee left in her. It's just we're so used to seeing Becky Lynch. It's just like the assumption is, oh, she's older because she's been around for longer. But that same amount of time has passed for both of them, and they were the same age. When they were in the mix back then. It was Becky even in. When did Becky start? 20. I mean, it's only been about 10, 12 years for Becky.
She's done so much, so it feels like double. Whatever time she's been in the company, it feels like double.
I'm guessing NXT was like 2013.
Well, Well, yeah, fact check that one because I'm not good with years. So thank you so much, John. All right. In the meantime, though, I do want to go ahead and start segueing into John Cena stuff because this was a pretty damn fun match that we got between him and Sami Zayn. So John Cena goes out there. We're in the city where he made his debut in Chicago, and Chicago's just going crazy for John. Loud chants, so many signs. So you can see John Cena is actually feeling really emotional during this. I feel like John Cena is always pretty good about like keeping his emotions at bay. This was one of the first times in this farewell tour where I could really tell that it really, really meant so even more to him than any other city. At least that's what it felt like. And so you can see it in John Cena's face. He cuts this really great promo. Sami Zayn comes out and interrupts, and we didn't really know what was going to come of this. Sami Zayn says that in honor of John Cena, he's going to start doing an open challenge, and he also wants to face John Cena then and there. We finally got to it. We get this match. It has a shit ton of near falls. John Cena's busting out all of these new moves. He even does a freaking spear. I mean, dude is just like trying to surprise people with new things that he's adding to his in-ring arsenal, right? And everybody, for the most part, I was biting for some of these false finishes. And there was a point during this match where I asked people like, hey, I kind of feel like John Cena should win this, right? But everyone's like, no, most likely Brock Lesnar is going to come out. Like there's going to be some sort of shenanigan that happens. And then indeed, how everybody pretty much predicted, Brock Lesnar goes out there and takes out John Cena and takes out Sami Zayn. So what people kind of expected would go down. And they have officially made this match official over for WrestlePalooza, Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. So, Robin, top to bottom, how did you like this John Cena, Sami Zayn, Brock Lesnar segment?
I thought it was quite good. There's a callback with Sami Zayn in the open challenge to the beginning of Sami Zayn's run in WWE. There's the homage that John Cena was paying to various, and I mean, he hit the go to sleep, right? I think that the spear, I mean, of course, the spear can
angle
be
slam too. Yeah.
The angle slam, and the spear seemed like a reference to Edge to me. In the way he executed it. Obviously, he could have done like a ooh-ah if he wanted it to be Roman Reigns, but he did all those.
That would have been so funny seeing him do
that. But all that, and it was a good match, a fun match, and Brock Lesnar, comes back again, sort of the same bit as SummerSlam, but here's what's really telling. It's a big SmackDown and a big episode of television where you get Sami Zayn versus John Cena in John Cena's final appearance in a city and on a show with a Brock Lesnar run-in, and it's not the main course.
It's the opening part of the show. Although it was about like 50 minutes of SmackDown, but it flew by so fast, though. It really, really did. I feel like, well, first of all, I was glad that he wrestled Sami Zayn because this is kind of what I want from here on out is, I mean, of course, aside from the PLEs, like when he appears on Raw, I do hope it's a situation where he comes out, maybe does a promo, but he also has a match on top of that because there's still so many people we want to see him face. Like people still want to see him face Dominic, Braun. I don't think all of those are going to happen, but at least people still want them. So we'll see what we get out of this. But this is where we're at with John Cena dates and what we have left. So September 15th, Raw in Springfield, Massachusetts. September 20th, WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis. November 10th, WWE Raw in Boston. That'll be his last show in Boston, by the way. November 17th, Raw, New York City. October 11th, Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. November 29th, Survivor Series here in San Diego. And then December 13th, Saturday night's main event, his last match. The location is still TBD. However, I believe there's there's a report that just came out. Let me pull it up one second. So there's a report going around that the final Saturday night's main event that John's going to be at his last match is taking place at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. However, this is not officially confirmed. This is just a report. So take it or leave it however you please on that. Don't like die by it because you never know. But that's the reported place as of right now.
I mean, look, at this point, it's feeling good. It feels like it's going to end well and will allow us to do the, Men in Black mind erase of the heel turn and what didn't go so well. Because since that by the way, SmackDown's been cooking lately. You know, for a show that struggled for a minute, and during that 3 hours, they're on a run of 3 or 4 consecutive really good shows. And it started on SmackDown heading into SummerSlam, where John Cena's, you know, the way we feel about this flipped. And since that, and the Cody match and the Logan Paul match and the promos with Logan Paul, and then tonight with Sami Zayn, and what you're just laying out there, I feel like we're gonna the car is going to arrive in the driveway safely.
Yeah, I think ever since we went back to the 2-hour format, there's been the lights have turned on again on SmackDown. That's what I feel like, honestly. Alrighty, let's almost get this wrapped up. We got Hassan Batla here who says, I honestly thought Sami was turning heel at the crowd reaction, but Brock must have been watching too many Okada matches the way he added bitch at the end. It wasn't that I was expecting Sami to turn heel, but in that moment, it felt heelish because he had like somewhat he didn't interrupt John Cena because John Cena was done talking at that point, but he did interrupt the soaking in of the moment and the crowd for John Cena. It was interesting to see Sami Zayn get booed like that. Like, that doesn't happen. He's a baby face. We don't see that. So that was cool. But in the end, it all worked out very nicely. So thank you so much, Hassan Batla. Anthony Giuliano says, don't forget, we got no Bloodline and Jacob Fatu. No, on this show, we only got Damian Priest and Aleister Black. They had their match there with Aleister Black picking up a win. We also had a couple of backstage moments with Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill, Nia Jax confrontation. We had a backstage with Charlotte and Alexa. And we also had Julia successfully defend her title against Michin. Any of that stood out to you, Robin?
No.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, I don't blame you. That's not what the crowd was here for today. Let's just be real. That's not what people were tuning in for today. They only cared about 2 things. One, for some people, just one thing. But I did think that Aleister Black definitely needed that big win, and Julia needed that big win. That's kind of where we're at with that. I loved the confrontation with Nia and Jade. I thought they were both bringing some good tension there. And Tiffany Stratton looked like a zillion bucks, so there was that. But sadly, those were not the biggest talking points on today's show, but that's okay because we got plenty of Smackdowns to talk about all of that other stuff. Oh, Frank Rizzo says that the Triple H finger point with AJ Lee has been posted. Oh, I can't wait to go look on social media for that. Awesome stuff. Alrighty, guys, that is it for us here today. Thank you so much for joining us. Me and Robin, we're here mostly every single Friday. We're going to be here every Friday this month for sure, and talking SmackDown and all of that. I don't know if I'm going to be here for Collision. Keep an eye out. I may or may not, but I do got videos going up this weekend. I'm going to be dropping a Halloween Horror Nights vlog. I did do the Wyatt 6 maze, shot all of that stuff. So I'm going to be uploading that this weekend. I also have a cool collab that I'm dropping. And I've dropped a ton of interviews with Karrion Kross, Scarlett Bordeaux. Who else did I interview? Lex Luger. I also chatted with Ron Simmons, Kevin Nash, all of that in this week. I also have exclusive videos of a Jericho interview that he did with the Daily Mail. Those are also up here on this channel over on the shorts section. So there's just a lot of really cool wrestling stuff. So if you are a wrestling fan, be here, subscribe. You get a ton of content, more than you can possibly imagine. Go and scroll and look. Robin, please tell the people where they can find you, support you, and check out your content.
Yeah, just follow me over on X where I post a lot of stuff. Obviously, YouTube as well. Robin Lundberg over there. And then you and I are back doing this again tomorrow morning on Busted Open.
Yes, we are. Y'all Busted Open tomorrow with Robin and then Sunday with Justin LaBar. So it's going to be a busy week, everybody. All right, that is it for us here today. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Yeet.